Welcome to Last Night's Coffee with Chuck and Jon.
It's shake and bake time.
Greetings, Earthlings and locally hated podcast hosts. This is Last Night's Coffee with Chuck and Jon, episode number 216?
218. You were close.
18.
Yeah.
I'm coming to you live from the beach, so it's going to be a short one.
Yeah, it looks beautiful there, brother. It looks beautiful. Can you turn the camera around? Can we get a view of the water real quick?
Let's do that. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. God's perfect creation right there.
It's flat as it can be out there today, man.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
It would be a pond or a swimming pool.
Yeah. Well, the sun and the weather there looks immaculate right now, man.
I cannot see a cloud.
Yeah.
To the horizon. I can't. But
wow.
We're down here. We're having a little time off. We had some donuts this morning. First donut since June.
Ooh, first donut since June?
Yeah.
Dude.
So I've lost 40 pounds.
Wow. That's huge, Chucker.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
You flip the camera back around. Let's see you again. Oh.
You must be a little delayed.
I must be a little delayed.
What it is. It's kind of all right. There we go. Can you?
No, it's still frozen. It's all good. We'll keep rolling. If we got sound, we got it.
It's a question that everybody has on their mind if they listened to the end of the show last week was, did we go to Jacksonville and did we get a race car?
Mm-hmm. So tell the story, brother.
And that is those.
What is the answer?
We went to Jacksonville. Me and Charlie left right after shortly after finished recording the show.
Mm-hmm.
We went down and picked up Black Betty.
Whoa, Black Betty. Bam, lamb. That's awesome, man. Black Betty is the name of the car. Yeah.
So I just got on Wi-Fi, so I might cut the Wi-Fi off.
Yeah, your camera just caught up, so whatever you did is helping.
Got the Wi-Fi cut off.
Okay.
How's that? Is that better?
So far the sound's coming through better.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's what it was doing. It was going back and forth to Wi-Fi.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Little small technical difficulties. We got it figured out.
Yeah, I mean, we don't do live ropes much.
No, typically not broadcasting live from the beach. No, that's not typical for our podcast.
No, but we've got our spot here. But yeah, we got Black Betty. It's a 2020 Rocket with 23 updates. If you know what that means, you know. And if you don't ask me because I'm not sure. All I know is we got a heck of a good deal on a very good race car. It was everything they said it was and more. We saw Monday Night Football happening live in front of our eyes.
That's right. Monday Night Football was in Jacksonville that night, right? It was Jacksonville versus Buffalo, I think.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I thought it was Chiefs. No.
Yeah, that's right. Jacksonville versus the Chiefs. That's right. Kansas City.
Yeah. So we got to see the fireworks at the kickoff, so that was pretty cool.
That is neat, man.
Then it was a long ride back, man. Charlie slept all the way, so.
I know that boy wanted to be riding in the race car all the way back from Jacksonville. He probably would have done it.
He would have. I felt the car. We were at a gas stop and I felt the truck shaking, and next thing I know, he's sitting in it.
He's sitting in the race car back there, just grinning, wasn't
he?
Yep. Ear to ear. Oh man, I know that kid's excited, dude. How wild is his mind running right now with the possibilities of this car and what he can do to it? And
the possibilities are endless. We had started out wanting to run 602 late models, but it looks like we're going to probably bump up and run limited with our hobby motor.
And that's That's interesting. Tell me the pros and cons of running limited in that car. Like
Well,
what would be your hesitation to not do that, or kind of flush that out for us?
The two hesitations are these are the best drivers at the track.
Ooh,
But that's also a positive because it's a smaller field, so you learn from the best drivers at the track. Iron sharpens iron.
mm, mm.
We're a little bit slightly under horsepowered,
Uh-huh.
but not much.
Okay.
I think we'll be
And
okay horsepower wise most nights. A lot
okay.
of it depends on track conditions.
Well, so that was going to be my next question. If you go into the race knowing you're underpowered with horsepower, what do you do to try to make up that difference, if anything? Or do you just kind of hope for the best?
Okay, so like most nights when the high horsepower cars cannot use all their horsepower. Now,
Mm.
so they're running maybe half, 3/4 throttle.
Too much torque, not enough grip.
Right.
Or
Now,
too much power, not enough grip.
the 602s every night are hammered down all the way around the track.
Kind of like your hot shot was.
Yeah. So we're in between that.
Mm.
So there might be some nights where we're hammered down and we're struggling. And there might be some nights where it's really slick and we have an advantage. We don't know.
Right.
Or we're not maybe an advantage, but we're equaled out more. But either way, he'll probably spend the first half of the season starting at the back and learning how to pass in those cars.
Now, with limited, you said they're the best drivers on the track, and they're also kind of the most limited in numbers. So does that mean he'll probably make the feature for all of those? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, so that track, the limiteds usually average about the same amount of cars as hobby, 10 to 12.
Okay.
Where 602s average 20 plus.
Okay. Wow.
And then your average driver experience in hobby and limited is probably 5 or more years.
Mm-hmm.
And your average 602 experience is probably 1 to 2, maybe 3 years.
I got you. That's interesting. So with the 602s, they're obviously running quite a few. They're at least running a number of heats. But that's not the same for the limited series, you're saying, for the limited class?
Yeah, it's a little different. So we would, it would work out, but I feel like, and we wasn't even thinking about running limited till one of the guys that runs limited is like, y'all need to take that car, put your hobby motor in, and run limited. And we're like, okay. And I'm like, and I'm sitting there saying, well, you got to race against the kid, so you good with that? If he's good with that, then I'm good with it.
Right. Now, is the car set up to run limited right now as far as the strut package that's on it? Because I know it came pretty much complete, which was beautiful and amazing. It's just, how is the car ready to run in the limited series or the 602? Can it run either or the way it's set up right now?
So, no, yes and no. So we would have to change the shock package and buy a shock package to run 602.
And shocks are not cheap, people. And anybody who's listening, the shocks are not cheap.
No, that car right now, as it says, has got a $6,000 set of shocks on it.
Wow.
And there's 6 of them though, so go figure. But yeah. So that's one of the things that we can do is if we run limited, we don't have to change the shock package. We will have to change the springs around because right now the car is actually set up for Volusia County Speedway down in Florida near Daytona.
Right.
So we'll have to change that. But other than that, we're pretty good.
Now, when you say it's set up to run that track, what is that track not as steep, or is what's the main differences in that? Like what?
So Volusia's flatter and longer. I think it's a half mile.
Okay, so it's a little bit longer track.
Yeah, and Sanoa is somewhere between a quarter and 3/8.
Oh, okay. Okay. A quarter and 3/8.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So big difference there.
Yeah. I got you. I got you. That is quite a bit of difference. Okay. So that changes the spring packages you run.
Yep. And probably a little bit of the shock tuning, but that's not a big deal since we already have the shocks. We just send them to the shock guy and he just changes the pack in it.
Right, right. And the springs are just going to keep you stiffer and stuff like that. Like, would you guys, or well, I guess you guys would want a little less strength in your spring if you're more
it's probably
steep.
going to be, I'm guessing, I don't know, but I'm guessing that we'll probably have to change the right front spring to get a little bit more rollover.
Okay, okay.
But
man, I'm trying to understand the physics of a race car. It's very, very different. The physics of a race car are quite impressive, man.
There's a lot of, it's a science. It's like I said, it's a science. I think I've said before, it's a science experiment that you're basically, and you go out and you don't really have a variable. The only variable you had is how you did last week. And did you do better or worse with what you changed? But was the track different? Because in dirt track racing, the track could be set up different every week, depending on what the weather was like, how much humidity's in there, how much water did they put on it. Did we have any rain? Did we not have any rain? How's the moon? Did somebody eat peanuts? I mean, there's just
all of that, and your driver might just have to pee the whole race. You know what I'm saying? Like, there could be all of those things are different, and then your driver's got to pee so bad he can't hardly think straight. Like,
usually when he has to pee, he's faster. And if he's mad, he's faster.
Okay, yeah, because the driver to me has to be one of the more inconsistent variables there are, right? Like, I know just me on an average Saturday night, I'm going to be feeling totally different than I was the previous Saturday night, probably. Like,
well, I mean, if you're a fighter, you got to go you got to put everything out of the way, you know.
True.
And go fight.
I guess you're right. When it comes to that, the mindset is totally different. Like, I'm kind of in prep mode. Say, if the fight was Saturday, I'd be in prep mode like Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I guess I understand what you're saying. Like, you kind of have yourself mentally prepared.
And think about it like this too. Any football game, baseball game, you're not going to walk up and be hanging out with your buddies as a quarterback 5 minutes before you go out there on the field and throw.
Yeah, you're locked in, right? You're game mode.
In racing, we're out there hanging out, and then you got to put that helmet on, and that time from moving from the trailer to the track, you're flipping the switch to game mode.
Whoa. See, that's got to be tough, man. That's got to be tough.
So, now, Charlie, he is grumpy at the track sometimes, ain't he? I mean, he can be.
Now, is it because he likes things a certain way, and if they're thrown off a little bit, it kind of irritates him? Like, what is it?
He likes things a certain way. If it gets thrown off, he gets irritated. He wants to. He kind of wants to be left alone.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't always do that. So
right. Now, I've noticed when I went down there before, after the race, he's all about the folks. He's grinning ear to ear, and anybody who wants to come check out the car can come check out the car. And you know what I mean? After the race, he is all about the folks.
The work is done. Now let's hang out. Right.
That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it, dude. I'm excited about Black Betty and what you guys can put together with her, dude. That's exciting, Chucker.
Yeah, that car's an answer to prayers. A few years ago, Charlie told me, he said, "Dad, by the time I'm 17, I'm gonna have a late model."
Wow.
And I said, "Okay." I said, "How you gonna do that?" He said, "I'm gonna flip my way up to it, flipping cars, selling stuff, whatever I can." And that's what the boy did.
Yeah.
And I think he impressed a number of people when he did that. I know.
Hats off to Charlie, man. Hats off to Charlie. That's a big, big deal.
Yeah.
Because he pretty much raised those funds on his own, right? I mean,
Yeah,
there's a
we
little
had
bit of outside help for sure, but it was mainly on him, right?
on him, and he led the charge.
Yeah.
To
Wow.
make it happen.
That's impressive, dude. For a teenager to put together that kind of determination for anything is pretty impressive, right?
He says this is what he wants to do when he grows up, is drive race cars. And for
Wow.
him to put that together and do that, I have no doubt in my mind now that he's capable of putting together whatever it takes.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's one thing to have that dream, right? And to say, oh, Dad, by the time I'm 17, I'm going to have a late model. It's one thing to have that dream. It's another thing to go out there and do it.
Yeah, plan it and execute it.
Yeah. Yeah. So hats off to him, man. Congratulations, Charlie. Congratulations to you too, man. I know you and Dad have been a big part of this. Shout out Uncle Dano. I know you guys have played a huge part in the supporting role. You know what I mean? And so congratulations to you guys too.
Yeah. So are you ready for some dirt track knowledge?
Yeah, dude. Lay it on me. Lay it on me. Let's jump right into the red dirt rundown.
So you got that page pulled up that we
No, but I will here shortly.
Okay. So this week was kind of a quiet week in racing in general. The Hunt Front Super Series, they finished up their season at the Blue Gray in South Carolina, and Jimmy Owens ended up being a series champion on that. So the Newport Nightmare adds another regional championship to his list of stuff. And then
wow,
our buddy Peyton Stevenson, which is one of Charlie's, I'd say that would be Charlie's racing hero. He's a little bit older than Charlie. He's probably in his early 20s. But he has started his fourth, I think it was his third or fourth super late model race this weekend at Dixie with the Southern All-Star Series. Hasn't had a lot of laps around Dixie. Dixie's a little different for him. Won his heat race and finished second on the night. So,
wow.
Running a rocket chassis prepared at Clint Smith's shop. So,
wow, that's impressive, dude.
Yeah, I tell you what, Peyton's a good driver. He, whenever Charlie's got a question, he'll answer it. So that's been good. So you got that pulled up?
Yeah. I got it up now.
Okay, so I think we all know what a caution is.
Yeah, the yellow flag.
The yellow flag comes out, everybody slows down, don't run over nobody.
Yeah.
The terms checkers or wreckers?
Well, can I ask you one question about the caution real quick?
All right, go ahead.
So the cars that are involved in the accident or the wreck or whatever it was that caused the caution flag to come out.
Yeah.
Do they suffer an automatic penalty of any sort, or is it like, how does that work? Are they in the back of the pack because the pack made it around them? Like, how does that work? Is there any sort of penalty for the accident, or is it just, you spun out, you wrecked, whatever? If you can still drive, you're just in the back of the pack because you spun out and they all passed.
Basically, yes. So
there's no legit penalty handed down from the track.
Not usually. So the rule is if you're involved in an accident and your wheels quit turning, so you could spin, loop the thing around and keep on going. Yeah. You're not going to the back. You'll maintain position of the last lap.
Whatever position you were in when you spun out and got back rolling, if there's some poor chap behind you, he's still behind you.
Yeah. Now, if you spin and you are the cause of the caution or your wheels stop turning because you were trying to avoid the caution, you're going to the back.
Oh, so even if you're trying to avoid it and you stop completely, you're going to the back.
Yes. Most nights. Every now, sometimes it's a judgment call, but most of the time you're going to the back.
Wow. Okay. That was my only question. I've always wondered, because not every car that's involved in like an accident is done running for the night. Like a lot of times they keep running.
Pull the side out, keep on running.
Right. So I didn't know if it was just like, get back in there, boy. You know what I mean? And you're in last just because you are. or if it was like a track handed down type of penalty. So I see what you're saying. There is kind of a thing where like if you stop, you're going to the back. But okay.
Right.
Well, cool.
So,
what's the next one on our list here?
Checkers or wreckers? So when you checkers or wreckers, you'll hear that term thrown around. Bring me, sometimes the crew chief will say, "Bring me back a checkered flag or a steering wheel." Whatever you got to do. Either win the race or crash. Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you last.
Right.
Checkers or wreckers.
I got you. That one's pretty self-explanatory.
Check up. Slow down, brake. So a lot of times, like that goes back to what we were just talking about the caution.
Mm-hmm.
You might check up a little bit, and you're dumped off the throttle, but you don't. You check up in a caution, but you don't necessarily. Your wheels don't stop turning.
Right. Yeah. Checking up is kind of more like the driver is on high alert.
Yeah. Now, sometimes you can go in if somebody's really working on you. You can check up on them a little bit, going into the corner and throw their rhythm off.
Oh.
Yeah. They don't like that though. That's how you get spun.
Oh. That's racing though.
That's racing.
If you're not bumping, like if you're not doing anything illegal, I feel like that's totally cool. Like fighters do that all the time, to go back to the fighter analogy,
right.
Like you would throw off-speed punches just to confuse your opponent so that when you go full speed, he's like, what the heck?
Right. You go in, you change your entry up a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially if you can feel it, because we don't have mirrors in dirt cars and we don't have spotters.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's all on the driver.
It's all on the driver to sense. They've got to use their sixth sense to sense that other car that's around them.
That's all dirt track cars?
Yes.
No spotters, no mirrors.
No spotters, no mirrors. You might have a guy in the pits giving hand signals or signal sticks, but I mean, you got to be able to interpret what he's saying on that.
Would it be against the rules to hang like a little rear view mirror?
Oh yeah, that's disqualification.
Oh, so it's a rule you cannot have mirrors.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know if it was like just the mirrors just didn't make the weight cut or like I didn't know what the deal was.
It's all feel. And you're sitting there, you're trying to do that. You're trying to figure out where that other car. That's why it's so amazing to me when those guys are out there in a group moving like a school of fish.
Yeah.
And that's the only way I can describe it is like the way you see a school of fish dart around and move around together.
Mm-hmm.
A group of good race car drivers move like that.
Yeah. That's really fascinating, man. I never really thought about that before. I never really thought about the fact that you guys don't have spotters or mirrors. That had never crossed my mind.
Yeah. So that takes care of our, what do we call this segment?
I think we're calling it the Red Dirt Rundown.
Red Dirt Rundown, which is kind of funny because Sonoa's gray. But every other track around us is red.
Well, if you can go outside and dig in your backyard in the great state of Georgia, you'll find red.
The red dirt is a lot grippier.
Really?
Yeah.
Where do they have their dirt brought in from in Sonoya?
Down around Gray, Georgia, where the kaolin mines are. So it comes from down there. It's basically similar between potter's clay and sheetrock.
Interesting.
Mud.
Interesting.
It chips off like sheetrock mud.
Yeah. That's wild to me, man. That's crazy. I still have a hard time grasping the fact that every single track, texture-wise, is going to be different.
Yeah, and then you get to the Midwest, and you're going to have different dirt.
Right.
You go down to Volusia, where that car was running at, and it's got little rock chips all over it because evidently they've got a lot of little rocks and that sandy clay stuff down there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really got the body teamed up pretty good.
Well, here's a question, Chucker, kind of off topic, but not. It's in the world of asphalt racing. So with as much variability as there is from track to track in dirt racing, do you find that same kind of variability when it comes to asphalt racing? Obviously, asphalt's a solid surface. You would think it would be about the same as if the tracks are the same pitch or the same, if they run about the same pitch, you would think the asphalt would feel about the same. Is that true?
That's not true.
Wow.
So it depends a lot on what aggregate they used when they were making the asphalt.
Oh
The
my
age of
gosh.
the asphalt since the last paving. So like, you've got Pensacola, Mobile, Op, Florence. Those tracks. Florence is in South Carolina, but it's a coastal track. Those Op is just north of that Florida line in Alabama. Pensacola, of course, everybody knows where Pensacola and Mobile's at.
Yeah.
But those coastal tracks, they tend to use a lot of shell in the aggregate. So those tracks can be like a cheese grater.
Ooh. Okay.
Tons
They're
of
going to
grip.
eat up your tires.
Tons of grip early, but you got to manage it. And then you get a track that's got, say, fresh pavement on it, and you're going to be fast, but you're only going to have one lane. For whatever reason, that's how it works out. The bottom, because there's so much grip all across the board.
You don't have an advantage running in the bottom anymore.
Well, you do have everybody has to run the bottom because it's the shortest way around.
Okay.
So then you got to get your flow, you got to hit your marks. In asphalt racing, you really have to, wherever you're at, you have to hit your marks.
Right.
On dirt, you can kind of, one guy can go in low and pinch it off. One guy can go in high and have to roll it out, but it's a long way around, and they come out of the corner together.
It's a little more forgiving, though, in dirt track. Like, you don't necessarily have to be so spot on in and hitting your marks every single time.
Right, and you also don't have to be spot on the setup for that week. You can be a little off and just figure out where the car works.
Man, that's interesting. It's kind of more a little bit, there's a lot more, I'd say, feel to it rather than robot. You know what I mean?
Right, but like if you take NASCAR, as these guys that are coming from sprint cars and dirt late models are moving up, they are learning, they've changed the game in NASCAR a little bit and learned to search out a better line at some of the tracks that's got more wear on them. Because when you get a track that's worn out, the concrete, have you ever seen concrete wear out? You paid attention to it?
Yeah.
So it'll get kind of round and polished. Well, as it gets polished, it becomes what is called a driver's track.
Okay.
And a driver's track is one where the driver can search around and find a spot where they feel like their car works better.
Interesting. It's not a track that necessarily has one lane, like one target lane. Okay. Well, dang, we're already getting into the D's, man. We're at driver's track. That's a term for next week.
But yeah, so it and you'll see it a lot as like people like Kyle Larson have come in that's come from the dirt world.
Yeah,
will search out different lanes. Him and Christopher Bell's both good at that.
So just having that dirt mentality and bringing that into the NASCAR scene has changed things up a bit.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool. I like to see that kind of influence. I like to see that kind of grassroots influence. That's neat.
Earnhardt come from a dirt background. It was dirt late models, but or dirt-ish late models. It wasn't like our dirt late models. It was more like the movie Six Pack dirt late models.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he would search out lines, and he could do things in cars that people couldn't do. But through the mid '80s on up into the early 2000s, you had a lot of guys that were coming out of the asphalt late model realm, and you still do. But those guys are all about hitting their marks, being perfect. And
yeah, that's the way I've always thought about Jimmy Johnson, is like robotic. Like that dude just seems so robotic. He seems like he could do the exact same thing under any circumstance and hit it every time.
Here's the thing about Jimmy Johnson. He come out of dirt bikes.
Dirt bikes?
Yes.
Oh.
And stadium trucks. So That's the same thing as far as dirt cars. You're searching out a line.
Really?
Yes.
See, he just seems like a robot to me.
That's just how good he was.
Oh, really? I
That's
mean, the
the
dude
thing.
was unstoppable for I don't know how many seasons.
He don't get the credit he deserves because his name ain't Earnhardt or whatever.
Yeah.
Jimmy Johnson was is top 3 best to ever do it.
Yeah. Who's your top? So is that your top 3? Would it be the King, Earnhardt, and Johnson? Not in that order.
Yeah, not in that order, but they've all got 7 championships.
Right.
So,
Wow.
I mean, you look at it championship wise, he's right there, and you cannot put them in order because the eras were different in which they won the championship.
True. So like there was some overlap with Earnhardt and Petty, of course. Was there any overlap? Was Johnson racing before
I
Earnhardt
don't
was
think
killed?
Johnson and Earnhardt ever raced together.
Interesting.
I
But you're
think-
right. They were different eras. That the cars even look completely different from when Petty was winning all them championships to when Earnhardt won his to when Johnson won his. The cars even look different.
See, Petty had a lot of good driving, but they also had the maintenance program that nobody could touch.
Really?
They didn't have failures.
Huh. He was not having mechanical failures on the track.
Right. When they went to 500-mile races, he didn't have problems because they already had a maintenance program in place.
Whoa. So that's one of the things that kind of set him apart, huh?
Yep.
Wow. I didn't know that. Learning a little bit about Richard Petty now. Cool.
Yep. I tell you what, I think I know what we're going to throw up for meme of the week.
Okay.
Did I send you that picture of Charlie in the race car?
Yeah, you did.
Let's just throw that up there for the meme of the week because that boy was grinning from ear to ear.
Okay. I can do that. I'll find it. I'll put it up there for the meme. No problem, dude. No problem.
Maybe people can get it and create their own meme.
Yeah. That would be good. That's actually that's the challenge for the Nightshifters this week. Somebody make a meme out of the picture that we are putting up of Charlie. I'll have you got to throw it up on the Facebook page too.
I'll throw it up on the Facebook page and say meme this.
Yeah, for sure. That's great, man. That would be awesome. Actually, I like that idea. Let's hit a little bit of football before we go, man. I'm not going to keep you too long on your vacation. Georgia had no business winning the game they won against Auburn.
Georgia, we need them second half dogs to play the whole game.
I know that's right.
That might be the name of this week's show, second half dogs.
Second half dogs? No, dude. Was it a timeout or was it a clap, brother? Was it?
Okay. So I didn't see that part. I saw it, but I wasn't really paying. I started panic eating nachos.
Panic eating nachos.
Standing in the hotel room, watching the last quarter of the game, eating chips and salsa, just panicking.
Dude, Kirby got caught lying red-handed on national television.
I mean, you know, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
What's funny is the official he was trying to signal it. He kept running to the one official, like trying to signal it. He didn't even see him. It was an official on the field that whistled the play dead. And then he's like, oh, wait, no, I was clapping.
Yeah. It's crazy, dude.
It's so funny. They had no business winning that game. The Georgia up front on offense and on defense, they can't seem to do much up front, which is really odd for them, right? We're so used to really good, especially offensive line play, and opening up gaps for their running game. Dude, our running game has not been able to get going. It just seems really tough right now. And so I don't know what's going on up front, but they got to do something with the offensive and defensive lines.
For so many years, our running game has been Georgia's bread and butter.
Right.
I mean, even though we've had some quarterbacks that throw it, but we've always had that running game in the pocket if we need to throw it out there, and they don't have it this year.
I think in the talent is there on running back, I believe. I think they've got plenty of talent in that position. They've got 4 guys.
Yeah.
It's just something's going on, and they cannot get any gaps. And I don't think Auburn's defense was that good where they could fill the gaps every single time. I think Georgia's offensive line just isn't there.
Yeah, the O-line's struggling. And, I mean, you're going to have that.
Yeah.
At least they won.
That's right. A win is a win is a win.
A win is a win.
Now let's hit the college game day game real quick. It was Oregon at home against Indiana. And you were Oregon this week. I was Indiana. Yeah. And so the Hoosiers came up on top.
Dude, so mathematically, I'm almost out of this.
You are almost out of this. If I get one more game, you're done.
Well, and we got LSU at Vandy coming up this week.
Which is a great game. You will be LSU, I guess, and I'll be Vandy. I think LSU has the edge. If you ask, right now, I'd say LSU has the edge, but Vandy at home is not easy.
No, it's not. Vandy this year, period, is not easy.
Yeah, shoot. I think they're ranked like number 13 or something like that, which is crazy.
So Vandy's going to make their second appearance this year on College Game Day.
Whoa.
What are we living in? What universe is this? Was there a time slip?
Look, man, Georgia Tech is almost ranked the same as Georgia right now. I think UGA is ranked number 8 or 9 right now, and I think Georgia Tech is 12.
Could you imagine how stressed out Larry Munson will be right now about Vandy? Because, even when they sucked,
yeah,
stressed out about Vandy because it's hard to get hyped up for that game.
Yeah, that's true, man. Look, it should be a great one between LSU and Vandy. If I had to guess, I'd say LSU has the edge, but we'll see, man. This has been kind of a year of upsets, it seems, in the professional game and the college game. So we'll see.
Dude, Vandy for the natty.
Vandy for the natty. I love it, man. I love it.
There's a big chance they make the playoffs this year, which is wild to think about.
Wouldn't it be awesome to see Vandy in the playoffs, though?
I mean, I'd rather see the Dogs, but
well, the Dogs, I think statistically speaking, they have like a 70% chance of making the playoffs right now. Yeah. So they're pretty well set. As long as they don't just bomb the rest of the season, they're pretty well set. Right. Yeah, I think I don't know. Everybody likes a good Cinderella story, man. I kind of dig Vandy getting in there and making a run for it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Theo Vaughn will be happy.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. He's going to be torn between two, man. He went to LSU, and now he lives in Nashville, so he's going to be torn.
I wonder if he'll be a guest picker again this week.
It would make a lot more sense for him to be there that week than last week, but whatever. Who am I?
Right, and he don't have to worry about a ride home, so he can pick who he wants to pick.
That's what he said about Vandy. They're my ride home. He's so funny, dude. He's so funny. Oh, look, Chucker, I do not want to keep you anymore. I want you to enjoy the beautiful beach there and enjoy your wife and your vacation, brother. Thank you so much for doing this episode with me, man.
Hello. Mary Beth helped produce this show.
Thank you, MB.
My pleasure.
So,
Chick-fil-A style.
If this is the one that goes viral, then she's got to be on the rest of them.
That's true. Yeah. She'll be part of the team. Well, Chucker, thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Shout out to all the night shifters. We appreciate you guys tuning in, even when we're doing these one-off episodes, just to keep it going. Chucker, let the folks at home know what time it is.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. See ya.